Netflix is being boycotted over this children's cartoon. It's about a young transgender child who runs away from his grandmother's house because of her closed-mindedness, and he finds an escape and happiness through a portal into hell.
This is a cartoon for 7+-year-olds, and it's about a trans kid who runs away from his homophobic grandma and finds a new support system while he gets a job at a haunted house, which is actually a portal to hell. Like, that's a real thing. It's a portal to hell. They discover that in the show. And also Barney, this is the transgender kid, has a pet dog who gains the ability to speak after being possessed by a demon. This is a show on Netflix.
Yo, what happened to Scooby-Doo? What happened to Rugrats? What happened to Hey Arnold? What happened to innocent, fun kids cartoons with no hidden agendas, with no hidden motives, with no indoctrination? Parents are sick of it. We are sick of not being able to trust our kids to watch material that is labeled for kids. Concerned parents are canceling their Netflix subscriptions, and very big names like Elon Musk have gotten behind this movement. So what's up with Netflix, man? Why are they allowing this type of stuff on their platform? Well, it's the same reason why nearly every Netflix original movie just unnecessarily always has some type of same-sex relationship or marriage.
King and Queens, we're going to get straight into this video. Before we do, though, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Pop your issue in the comment section below. Let's get into it. Now, as y'all can see, it's a lot going on, all right? And I'm not here to be the person that's saying don't be you, don't grow up being an adult, making your own decisions. But when it comes to the kids and what they're actually being shown, I think it needs to be some sense of control.
I took my grandson to see, what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz, the Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
Yeah, Keke Palmer's in that movie.
Okay.
She plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Shh. The movie ain't over with. So it's like, it fucked me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. These are kids that we have to show that at this age, like,
that part.
They're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have the answer.
What happened to the educational cartoons where it was just pure cartoon and pure education, pure laughter? We had PBS Kids. We had Big Comfy Couch. We had Reading Rainbow. We had all of these shows that was actually teaching us stuff. And I wish I could go back, honestly, just to compare the two. But I think about it like, was it hitting things in those cartoons and, even like through things like the Power Rangers, or we had the Gargoyles, just for the young boys. I'm a 90s baby, all right? But you had all of these dope shows. And now that I'm trying to like process this, were we getting thrown this same thing? And when I think about it, it's questionable because I'll see old things, Disney doing like blackface. Y'all don't believe me? Just watch this video right here.
Characters you didn't know did blackface, part 1. Mickey Mouse. So in 1933, Disney released a short called Mickey's Melodrama. And in that short, they put on a play of Uncle Tom's Cabin. And in it, there's a whip. Mickey has been cast to play Uncle Tom. It's ridiculous because not only does he wear blackface at the end of this film, at the end, right, when it's all said and done, you know how some people, take a bow at the end of the play, they tip their cap? It's a wig. He pulls off a wig with like those 3 plaits sticking straight up in the air with bone bows at the end of it. So yeah, he tips his cap, he exits off stage left with Minnie Mouse, and that's that. Somebody had to draw this, which makes it worse, so much worse.
See, now, of course, an innocent kid would watch that and think, no, that's just Mickey Mouse. I don't know. I'm trying to think about like Hey Arnold, Doug Funny, and all of the shows that we used to watch. Did it have anything in it that could be looked at in a negative light as much as they put this stuff into play now? And again, I don't think anything is wrong with anybody's sexual preference. I think just when you put it in these young kids' faces for them to see this stuff and now they don't know, or now you have parents having to have these uncomfortable conversations with kids when we didn't have to have those talks as kids. I don't ever recall a time where we seen the same sex in a show that was meant for kids. I don't recall the Power Rangers or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever having this type of thing displayed. It's crazy because I found some other stuff that was wild, like super dark. So we're gonna check this video out.
Pinocchio. You ever seen that clip of the old cartoon? Yeah, that little Pinocchio shit when the dude was talking about like Pleasure Island or some shit? Yeah, bro. That shit is weird as shit. Like they was really putting that shit out there, bro. Kid show. Came out in like the 60s or the 70s.
It was like Mickey Mouse. It was like the old Mickey Mouse. He was in a warehouse and he was dancing. He was making cheese, but his meat was on high. And then he was poking holes in the cheese using his meat and then throwing it on the conveyor belt. And that's a kid show. Mickey Mouse realized it's the demonic as shit.
How would you blokes like to make some real money? Well, and who do we have to, No, nothing like that. I'm collecting stupid little boys. Stupid little boys. You know, the disobedient ones what play hooky from school. And I takes them to Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island? But the law. Suppose they... No, there's no risk. They never come back as boys.
That was pretty dark. Think about it, it's like, what type of agenda are you guys trying to push? You know, what is the message behind that? Why even put that in something that you guys know for the most part kids are going to consume? You got cartoons that are like Cartoon Network where, you know, those are mostly adult-like cartoons. But even then, still, I was watching that stuff like, wait, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this is kind of weird. There's a lot of those cartoons on there that I just really didn't vibe with. A lot of dry humor, a lot of adult humor that I really didn't get at the time. And I honestly just wasn't into it, which is why I would watch a lot of Nickelodeon. But come to find out, hey, even they were on some crazy stuff too. But I want to say this. Again, you cannot stop what your kids are going to watch. You can only monitor and just hope the best and just making sure that their morals align with what you're teaching them as far as them being a reasonable adult and a human. I don't care about what you do. That doesn't make you a bad person at all. Some of these things can be so dark and take these kids down a rabbit hole of darkness that you just don't even know about. And I want to show one more that I think is crazy. And then I'm going to come back and give my last opinion. Let's be clear. Social media, music, entertainment, and anything else that we could visually see and hear is a part of control. There's a part of brainwashing, manipulating, or you can call it a system of learning. However you want to frame it, however you want to put it. We have to be careful and cautious of what we're allowing these kids to actually view. And even ourselves sometimes. It's a lot of adults that still don't have the mind to be able to separate entertainment from reality. Imagine a kid who is impressionable, who is, receiving so much information at a young age. You got parents that'll say stuff like, oh, just let that kid be a kid. Oh, he can do this, he can do that. But it's like, no, you're not understanding the mind and how fast these kids develop and how smart your kid might be. You think your kid is just a kid or like a robot. You're giving her devices just to keep her quiet or keep him quiet. Yeah, then they'll start to turn into a robot because these devices will eventually become the parent. So if you strip them of that, show them what, right or wrong is, what it is to be a young boy and what it is to be a young girl, I think and believe that you still should wait. I don't think a 4-year-old, 5-year-old should be walking around here switching and, you know what I mean? I'm not for all of that, but I think if you get to a certain age where you're a young adult and then you decide to, hey, this is what I want to do with my life. This is where I'm at with it. I have an adult complex. I have an adult mindset now. Now I am able to fully function on my own and make my own rational, smart decisions. And now this is the life that I want to live. Fine. But when you start to place these things in these kids' eyesight, this space of just downloading all of this crazy stuff, they're all over the place. They don't know where to go. They need some sense of direction. Again, we cannot control what these people are putting in entertainment, but we can control what our kids are consuming.